Hey y'all, what is happening?
Hello.
It is Tuesday, November 11th, Veterans Day. I want to start by thanking every veteran who has served or is serving for their service. And tell a funny story about how I went to the VA today. And it's a government
veteran. Susan is a veteran, by the way. It makes it better.
I pull in and it's like a dead empty parking lot and there are two police officers in the parking lot. And so he like walks out and he's like, "Hello, ma'am." I'm like, "Hi, sir. I'm guessing they're closed today." And he's like, "Yep, it's Veterans Day." And to make it even funnier, I was literally driving through Little Caesars earlier so that I could, feed my kids some Little Caesars for free tonight. And so, yeah. Oops. So anyways, I've got badass Baylee here. If you don't know who she is, you've been living under a rock. Susan K. Worley, if you don't know who she is, still living under a rock. And if you wanted to join us tonight, we are going to be talking about building your brand. Yeah?
Yes.
You as a professional, you as a company, or even like very specific projects you have working on, right?
I love it.
Sorry, I am texting because my kid needs to eat dinner before he works out tonight. Anyway, so what is a brand? What is a brand to you, Baylee?
Brand to me, like, if I'm thinking of like my company, it's the whole company. It's like it's the combining factor. Do you know what I mean? It's not just like the name, or it's not just the picture or logo you associate yourself with. It's the whole thing as a whole.
The identity, the perception of it, right?
Yes.
I love that. So I was reading today, like ChatGPT was like, a brand is not just what people see, it's what they say about you when you're not in the room. Come on, that's powerful.
I like that.
Right? And that consistency like really builds trust. So one thing that I was noting and why it's me and badass Baylee here today is because until somebody woke up and called her badass Baylee, she wasn't her own personal brand. And until somebody woke up and started calling me Susan K. Worley, she wasn't a brand either. Come on, Josh. The brand. Yeah, the brand. Anyways, so other than badass Baylee and Susan K. Worley, what's one word that you think people associate with you or your business, Baylee?
Like with our company specifically? Is that what you're asking?
Sure. Yeah.
I hope it's like integrity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I want people to hear or see corridor residential fencing posted under like a recommendation or something, and I want them to know that like we mean business and we're going to do the job correctly, and we're going to come in and get it done quick, get it done professionally, and also have a smile on our faces while doing it.
Right? Yeah, so I actually did the notes for this a couple of days ago, and I've been thinking on that like really hardcore for the Fence Workers Association. And I feel like for me, I want people, when they think of the FWA, to think of being inclusive and fun, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you think of us, we're having fun, we have joy in all the things that we do, and we do it with passion and purpose, but absolutely. That like, we want everybody to be included, right? I think that's a really big deal that a lot of brands overlook, right? Because like when you're thinking of different fence companies, you may be targeting residential, you may be targeting commercial or even industrial. And so like that is not inclusive. But of course, as an association, we're covering a bigger umbrella of people and thoughts. We got some crazies over here in the and then Lisa over here. Yes, we love you too, Lisa.
Yes. That's another good one. Passionate.
Yes. So why are there two different types of brands? There's a company brand and your personal brand, right? Mm-hmm. So your company brand is your business identity, what it sells and how it operates, right?
Yep.
And that has to have a social media presence, which we'll touch more deeply on next week. And then you have your personal brand, which is kind of like your personal expertise, your story, your voice, your presence. And if you know Baylee, you know she likes to read books. You know she likes her dogs a lot. And you know she likes to put in a set of headphones and start installing a fence like it's going out of style.
Absolutely.
Right?
One of my favorite pastimes, I do
Yeah.
believe.
What would you say about my social media?
Your social media, you are very family centered. You are always posting pictures with your son and all his accomplishments, and you're very proud of all the people in your life and very proud of the life that you have built. Like I
Look
always
at
see your
that.
son everywhere. You're always hanging out and like truly having the best time and whatever you're posting.
Yes, I love that. I love that our brands really show who we are and what we're doing. And I think that builds trust, right? Because people buy from people. And whether we like it or not, no matter how private your social media is, people still find it.
Yep.
So trust is built through relationships, not just products. So, um, you personally, do you feel more comfortable promoting your company brand or yourself?
Definitely my company brand. Um, I feel I was having a conversation at my other job the other day with one of our regulars who had no idea that me and Colby owned our own company. And like this is at the hotel, so like my other job, my hospitality job. And he was like, I had no idea about this whole other part of your life other than like serving at the hotel here. And I was like, yeah, I don't freely give out a lot of information about myself, which is kind of weird. And I don't realize that I'm doing it. So it's a lot easier for me to promote our company and what we've built because I'm so proud of it than like just giving up little details about myself for some reason. It's very strange.
No, I totally get it. Like, I didn't have much of a social media presence before I started working for a national distributor, Southwest Automated Security, 10 years ago. And when I started marketing myself, it was promoting my company brand, right? Because I wanted to sell more. I wanted people to have options and to buy from me and, to see what was going on. And then that warped into like a personal brand. It was like super weird, like
Yes.
came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah.
No, I totally, totally understand that. So what is one thing that you do well that the industry doesn't talk about much?
Like in our company or personally?
Personally.
Personally. I mean, I kind of, how do I phrase this? What do I say? I talk the walk. I walk my talk. You know what I mean? Like I do 100% of what I say I'm going to do no matter what. So like if that's a promise to get on a fence like in the next week, like as soon as we possibly can, we're going to do that. If that's a promise, I mean in my personal life, like showing up for one of my friends, like I'm going to stick to my word no matter the situation pretty much. I don't know if that's like not talked about, but I just feel like that's a super important thing to me in my brand, my personal brand.
I would completely agree with you on that. I would also say that people aren't talking about their female installers, their female office admin staff, their female employees. Like, and I think that's what was really great about what we're doing here is we're trying to give each of us a voice and a space to collect those numbers for each other's phone pockets. Come on, phone books.
Yes, of course.
Cell phones, whatever you call it. So I definitely agree with that. I think that's why Women of FWA has been so successful because we built a brand, and I don't know if it was on purpose or accident, but we were really efficient and clear with our language, clear with our hospitality, clear with all the different personalities we brought in, even though that wasn't purposeful. It just happened, right? We all kind of fell into our space, into our strengths. Even you were like, no, I'm not the strongest person for education. And literally now, like, you're like, no, you're right. This was where I was supposed to be. Like,
It's, I mean, even if we're talking like just specifically like the Women of FWA brand, it's like, it's such an important part of my life these days. Kayla. Good Lord. And it's such a strong, like we've built up our platform so strongly for us, for all of our leadership team and everything like that, that like that's the first thing I think of when I think of a brand. It's like strong together. We're, you know what I mean? We're communicative. We're here for each other, and we know we know what we're doing. We know our roles.
And we have bad days. We disagree. Yeah. We don't always get along. We have to apologize to one another. Like, we're human beings still. So I think that's what makes us more relatable than anything. But before I really start breaking into the practical steps of like building a brand, I know you mentioned color. So I know color is very important to you and Colby. And I'd like to know like where purple came from, why you're so consistent with it, and like just give us the details on why that color. And when people think of purple, they think of you guys.
Right. Yeah. So at the beginning, when we were first starting to like build our company, build our brand, we just got like a bunch of random different colored t-shirts and everything like that, put our logos on and everything like that. But it kind of came down to the fact where Colby's favorite color is purple. It's always been purple. He is a purple person. And if you have a purple person in your life, you know that's their whole identity. Okay. Said with love. I love purple. Big fan. But like specifically the purple people, that is their brand. And so Colby said, is it like, I vividly remember like having this conversation. He's like, do you think it'd be like crazy to make that like our company color, like our brand color, and not deter from that? And I was like, I don't think that's crazy. And so now all of our shirts are purple. They're purple and like accents of gray is typically what we do. So like all of our shirts are purple. All of our hats that he gets made are purple and gray. Like our trailer is sparkly purple with our logos all over it. Like you can't miss it. Our fence signs, I have them right here. Just got from JC Gray.
Are they purple?
Yeah, purple. Yes.
I love that.
So we really, and it's even just like as simple as that, like getting your core color, figuring out your logo and everything, and then sticking that all throughout your brand in general, and not just a logo. Like you said, like your brand isn't just your logo, it's your whole identity. So like staying consistent with all, like our trailers, our fence signs, our logos, everything, it's all a part of building that brand and that the recognition, you know. Someone sees a purple trailer going down the highway, they're going to know who that trailer belongs to. It's mine.
Reflective purple, said JC Gray.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Hey, Sylvia. Okay, so let's start into like the basic steps. And this is really basic and a starting point for building your brand. So you have to start by kind of defining your message. Like, what do you stand for and what makes you different? Like, why did you want to break out into the industry? Why do you want to build a brand? What are you trying to do here? And what kind of message are you sending to people, right? So we're going to use like Women of FWA as an example. So we wanted to stand for inclusive. We wanted to make a difference in women's lives in the industry. We wanted to offer them a multitude of phone numbers and contacts, education, networking opportunities that didn't exist in the industry pretty much before we were out there doing it, right? And so we all had to set in many meetings. We had to create a name for ourselves, define our purpose and what we were going to do. And then the next step we did was create our primary spaces. So we created Facebook pages, Instagram pages, LinkedIn, and even our website, right?
Yep.
And we sat there for how long perfecting those messages?
Months. Like, I feel like, I
feel like every day we're still updating it.
And like the thing is, I remember being a part of meetings for so long, and like we didn't even have like a name yet, but we were still working on all these principles that are so important. Like the bottom line is, when we started this, it was just like you said, the inclusivity, the networking, everything like that for women specifically in this industry, it has always been the top priority. And like we just built our brand around that.
Oh, I completely agree. I remember us having our meetings on like what we were going to call ourselves.
Yes.
And we had all these like outrageous names out there. And Ashley Roth,
yes,
expert professional stand and still, sat us down, and we're like on our 15th meeting on just what to call ourselves. Like,
Yes.
and she's like, I'm sorry, like, keep it simple, stupid. Like,
Yes.
you are the women of FWA. Why would you define it in any other way? Why would you give it another name? It is clear, it is precise. And like, all of us were floored. Like, how ridiculous were we to not even
We're like, oh yeah, duh.
right? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yes.
So that's the next big step, is figuring what space you're going to really work. We work Instagram and Facebook more than anything. But also, you know, like monthly newsletters, but those all come in time. So you have to figure out like that. So next is be consistent. So in the beginning, if you see like all of our social media posts, our emails, our newsletters, they were coming from so many different voices. There was no consistency. So at the beginning of, what was it, this year? We sat down and really defined strengths and roles. And so now it's pretty much mostly just Michaela doing the posting on our social media. She's given us a real brand, a real face, consistency, and it's consistent across the board. The same quality, the same promises. Correct. She spices it up from time to time, but you still know that it's the same creator, the same artist.
Yeah. It's cohesive. It all fits together in one cake rather than a piece of carrot cake and a piece of chocolate cake. And you know what I mean?
Right?
It's one cake. It's great.
Yes. No, and you can tell when I've gotten a hold of it, like I've gotten bored in the middle of the night, because less than like 12 hours later, she's fixed it.
Yes. She's like, what's happening here? She's like,
don't do that anymore. And I'm like, yes. Oh, can you tell who did that?
Yes, you can.
Yes. God. Spicy, huh? So the next big thing is telling stories, not features, before and afters, why you started, what you learned, and highlight your customers and your team, right? Like, so because we're coming from the point of view of like the fence installing companies. But for Women of FWA, like if you've noticed, we've had people email in and vote for, you know, wonderful women who need to be recognized. Yes. We've done different articles on each of us individually and our purpose and why we're passionate. We've reached out to people in our private group and highlighted them. So like, we're not just presenting the live Q&As every week. We're not just doing our leadership retreat. We're trying to consistently connect with people everywhere.
Yes.
So what platform or space do you show up personally right now? And where do you want to show up more for your personal brand?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I use Facebook more socially than anything. I would say that's probably like my only consistent form of social media. And I honestly don't even really post on it that much. So I guess like, where do I want to show up more is like anywhere, if I'm being honest. Like
she said anywhere.
Really, like, I'm just not good about putting myself out there. And it's like,
we do it for you. I'll agree.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, I'm not very prominent in social media. I don't post very much. I don't really post very much about my social life, but I do like share like our business stuff on my personal page. But like, that doesn't do much if you don't have a presence online as it is. So,
right. No, I totally get it. So I used to be really strong in the LinkedIn page. Like I was very consistent there. It has definitely moved to Facebook more recently, just because it's so much easier and it's quick and simple. And then I don't have a strong presence on Instagram, and mostly just because I don't understand it.
Yeah. I used Instagram when I was younger, but like I don't think I posted on there in like 2 years. I don't even find myself like going toward it. So like I feel like informational wise is usually what I'm going at with social media, and I feel like Facebook is pretty cut and dry with that, you know. So it's just what I lean toward.
No, I hear you. Okay, so this is going to be like a really good kind of transition that I think you are going to relate with more than anything. So overcoming common brand growth fears, real barriers about not wanting to be on camera.
Yep. Absolutely. I hate it, if I'm being quite frank with you. But I mean, I've gotten not 100% comfortable with it, but like as comfortable as I can be with it. Hope it's not awful for anybody watching. Sorry.
It's really not. I'm just thinking about the first time I made you go on a live, and I'm like, no, just go make a drink, and you're like, yeah, I already made one. Like, what's wrong with you? You're like, I'm like, yeah, I'm like already past the first one. I'm like, whoa, slow down, because like that can like lose control fast, right? No, right. I remember like my very first podcast I did, because it's easy to take a still picture. Like you can take 1,000 before you post the one that matters to you, right? Like as women, we probably do that more than men do, or except for maybe Brian. Like if you go through his photos on his phone, it's like 1,000 photos of the same thing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And they all look the same.
All in a cowboy hat and a black t-shirt, and that's she's just
yes.
doing different. I'm sure.
Like it's really funny though, because I'm looking at them like they don't look any different. Mm-hmm. And that's when I realized, oh, I'm taking 1,000 photos and everybody sees the exact same thing. They don't see anything different. So that's just a girl thing, right? Yeah. Just a personal chick thing. So just take the picture and post it.
Yes.
But yes, being on camera is a little bit harder. Like you definitely have to practice. It does take a little bit longer to get more comfortable and confident. And listen, I promise you, people are not on the other end of this live judging you. If they don't want to watch it, they're going to stop.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's like at the end of the day, it's like not that serious. It's just, not something that I grow up feeling like doing. And so when it got to this point, it's like, oh, we're going to do lives and we're going to be on camera. I'm like, what?
Yes.
It's just something you got to adapt to. That's what a brand is all about.
No, I agree. So before we kind of start going into takeaways and the closeout, like as somebody who doesn't realize that they're building a brand, you badass Baylee, what has been the one thing that has helped your brand?
I mean, if we're talking like personal brand, it's probably the people I surround myself with. It's probably you guys specifically on the Women of FWA leadership team who are constantly saying my name in spaces where I'm not even at. The people I surround myself with are worth the weight in gold. I mean, you guys had my face up at the fence booth on that little weird projector thingy, and I wasn't even able to be there in Vegas this year, like it means the world about who you surround yourself with and who's going to shout your name from the rooftop, even when you don't know they're doing it.
I love that. Yeah. That's so true, isn't it?
Yeah. All about who you would think would stick up for you in a crowded room, or even if just like two people sitting next to you, like it's important.
That's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to close the show out because that was a powerful ending statement for us.
Yes.
But so here's what I'm going to say is you need to start with one actionable step right now. Pick one social media platform, show your face once a week, and tell a story that matters to you, right? End of discussion. It's simple. It's consistent. Pick one day of the week, set an alarm on your phone that goes off. I have 1,000 alarms that go off. It tells me what social media I'm posting on. Do I ignore it every week? Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
But don't be Susan, because I chose all of them, and we have so many brands that, sometimes consistency is not my forte.
Same.
But if you want to talk to any of us about your brand message, visuals, social media content, reach out. That's what this community is for. We do have a private group that's safe and judgment free. And if somebody is mean, we'll kick them out, but we haven't had that problem yet. And your brand's already being built. The question is whether you are shaping it or someone else is, right?
True.
So I think that was a good overarching view of building a brand. What do you think?
Yeah. I think back to the basics and from the ground up is really how it is. And I think it'll tie in really nicely next week with you and Michaela and what you're talking about with social media and stuff too. So
yeah, I'm going to have to outline that one. If anybody wants to join us, you're welcome to as well. Lisa Marie.
Yes.
Look. Yes, Michaela. Okay, so let's talk about business for a second. Do we have anything coming up in June of 2026?
We have something real big coming up in June of 2026. Our retreat.
Yes. So a couple of people have been reaching out about sponsorship. Sponsorship is available. You can email womenofFWA@gmail.com or Susan@finshow.com. Either way, I'll probably call you and email you how to participate. We will be opening up slots. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Attendance spaces
Sure.
very soon. And we will be reserving the space very soon. It's happening like any day now. I did some paperwork earlier today. That's very exciting. So it's going to be in Branson, Missouri. It's going to be June 11th to 14th. 11th, you'll arrive like in the evening. The 14th, you'll leave in like the morning. We have a variety of options from I need to be completely private in my own bathroom all the way to I don't mind sharing a room with my friend and separate beds. Like we were at least courteous enough.
Yeah.
And then we have one spot on the sofa. It's about $4,500.
Exactly.
All the rooms are like under $100, but like
golden sofa.
The sofa is $4,500 if you want to sleep on the sofa in the middle of all the action. And it's actually 3 houses and one in Branson, Missouri. Baylee actually chose it and gave a really great speech and argument as to why that was the one.
Yeah.
And we had to listen to her, right?
It's very homey. I hope you guys will like it because it feels like home to me. It doesn't feel corporate. It feels like us, you know?
Yes, yes. So if you're interested, reach out. We're doing a really great job of actually organizing it now. The Fin Show was a lot and it takes a lot out of us. And while we were doing both at the same time, we did have to put a pause on the retreat there for a little bit just to make sure that we were giving the Fin Show its all. And so I'm like completely in. I've got a theme here. I've got arrival times. I've got the goals.
Yes.
Education hours. How much food we got to have there. Yes, we're going to feed you. We're going to do it right. We're trying to make this as inexpensive as possible. And when you're picking your space, it's just based off of how much privacy you want. Hopefully in the coming years, we can get the price down to nothing. Until then, not laying on the floor the last day of the Yes. And so I'm excited. I've already started creating my education session. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that's super inappropriate.
Goodness.
Anyways, is there anything you would like to say before we close out today, Baylee?
I don't think so. I think we've covered it all. I'm excited about the retreat next year. We're doing it.
Amy, we will contact you in this thread after this episode. Michaela, will you contact Amy for us? Okay, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. And next week is about social media marketing. So it'll be a nice kind of parallelism between the two, but it'll be focused more on company brand as opposed to personal brand. Okay, you guys. Bye.
Bye.